Although one might consider Zebidiah Funkbutter to be morally inverted, unearthing how people become who they become is sociologically fascinating. He may not merit notoriety, but a deep clinical study could prove beneficial. Speaking with Zeb at length was almost hallucinatory as he provided insight into his character. Are you ready for a little nuttiness? Let's rock. Memories are wonderful. My favorite from my childhood was making sandcastles with my grandfather. Until my mother took away his urn from me. Busy hustling in order to survive, and feeling as though he were being led to intellectual detachment rather than enrichment, Zebidiah discontinued high school, dropping out at the beginning of his senior year. The next 5 years were spent gaining experience via odd jobs and the continuance of toughening up. But at age 22, he decided to return to school, high school. Looking younger than he was, and with a fake ID making him 18 years old, along with his uncle Barry Funkbutter doing paperwork and lying for him, grade 12 began at Mountain Empire High. Here are his marquee memories of that voluntary 9 months inside the detention center known as school. Finishing his senior year, Zeb took history, language arts, PE, math, and library science. Period 1 was history, taught by the soft-spoken Mel Lowe. Wow! Straight out of the Scholastic Fact Factory, Mr. Lowe had us memorizing and regurgitating a myriad of dates, plus memorizing and regurgitating other people's quotes and thoughts. But are you truly understanding the material and fully grasping the concepts with the ability to explain the reasoning, philosophies, and logic of the content? Heavy subjects require strong analytical thought, but this teacher always began asking his students goofy, random historical questions. During COVID, family get-togethers were relatively restricted. What was the outcome? Well, the state of West Virginia reported more deaths than births for the first time in history. Yes, inbreeding can be detrimental. What was the most groundbreaking invention in human history? The shovel? Wow, Zebidiah, I was going to say the printing press or cotton gin. Good work. Okay, I have a question for you, Mr. Lowe. Do you think I will ever go down in history? That really depends upon if you study hard. Hey, don't cut me short, sir. I already got a hand job in math class. The average person thinks he isn't. And this gold-digging teacher, Marion for money, certainly was not. I was taught a bunch of things in government schools that I have never used. Yet I was never taught the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, or other things that would affect my daily life. Mrs. For Money was no different. I imagined the class to be one of word choice, writing, syntax. Instead, we learned about recycling, how wonderful Islam is, and about how wearing pink shirts helps combat bullying. And since Zebidiah speaks 4 languages, English, profanity, sarcasm, and real shit, he earned an A. The teacher asked, "Does anyone know what is the shortest sentence in the English language that is also the longest?" Zeb's classmate Dion raised his hand, saying, "I do." The teacher responded, "Wow, and you're not even married. Correct." Thought I might enjoy Alfred Hitchpenis's math class because math is not morality-based and cannot be manipulated. You see, the ability to think analytically and be logical is no longer a sought-after ability. Most students could care less as mommy or daddy will buy it for them, Google will look it up for them, McDonald's is making it faster for them, and they get a trophy just for showing up. Why would they make an effort if they don't have to? Is it any surprise their brains have become jello? I squeezed by with a D+, as Mr. Hitchpenis had zero variance in his voice pitch and, although he tried, and this may be hard to believe, but Alfred Hitchpenis was more monotone voiced than Harrison Ford. This type of voice is obviously a communication killer as well as an impossibility to maintain any interest. The good news is I met a gal in class and asked her for her number. "Oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend." "I have a math test." "Why are you telling me this?" "Oh, I thought we were mentioning things we were going to cheat on." Okay, now here was a course I knew I could get an A in, as I had wrestled for 8 years, surfed 3 days a week, raced motocross, and pedaled my bicycle up hills 7 days a week. I ended up getting kicked out and a grade of incomplete. Midway through the first semester, the big burly PE teacher, Coach Cella, bellowed, "Karate is the gentle art of folding clothes, with people still in them." And since I was tough as nails and I had pretty much conquered fear, Coach Cella continuously tempted fate during his karate phase of the physical education course by being extra physical with me. But after kicking me in the gut a little too hard, something snapped in me, and 2 minutes later I had him in a type of headlock called a bulldog, and his eyes were bulging out of their sockets. Both myself as well as the others in our gym class were elated to see Macho Man gasping for breath. But I did have to find a replacement course. Trying to maintain dignity, Coach Cella said to me, "Damn, Funkbutter, you got a powerful body. What kind of squats do you prefer?" Diddly. After seeing my counselor, who affectionately called himself the Stupidvisor, I specifically chose this subject because the teacher, Mona Littlemore, was a 44-year-old hottie for whom I had visions of a different physical education. This one was to include mattress push-ups. Yes, she doubled my age, and yes, I doubled her pleasure. And yes, I got her to moan a little more. We all know that smart people seem like crazy people to dumb people. I say right on.